All right, I'm sitting in the back of Independence, and I can see why he wanted me to do this, because holy cow, I barely fit back here. I don't even know how I'm gonna get out. Whew. So yeah, gotta put some tin work over this back, the tray back here, and then the back of the seat for a firewall. And then next it's the door panels, and take this thing off and probably try to do something here. All right, just got done making a plasma cutter for the, what do you call it, speaker area. I forget the word I'm looking for. Works pretty slick. I mean, that's pretty clean. Beats a grinder. Well, I got my GoPro back, so now I can do a little better footage, but this is the back, like, speaker tray. Got that done, cut out, put that to the side. Now it's the actual cover for where the seat was. I got that all measured out here, so I'm just going to draw it out, plasma cut and or grind whatever I need to do, and get that going. All right, got it all traced on here. This is basically the shape I'm going for. The only thing I don't have, and I might have to go make a template for, is the wheel tub right here. I need to maybe cut out a cardboard cutout, or go back to the beer boxes and get that shape, because I know it's five inches straight down. I got my 46 3/4 between the tubs, but that radius, I mean, I could guess, but I'll guess and check with some cardboard. All right, I got some more of my cardboard here. I just cut out one of the flaps off this, and I'll go in the car and scribe this to the wheel tub. Don't ask how much of this I got laying around. I got enough. All right, got enough for me, and probably you. What are you doing here? Uh-oh. I didn't do it, I swear. Oh. Weight reduction. Oh, this is probably the worst part. Doing this every time. Oh, I need kids or something. I think I dislocated my knee. Oh. Oh. All right, now normally, if this wasn't here, I would just butt this up to here. I mean, I guess I could cut this to fit between there, but I'm just gonna now just kind of freehand what it looks like and go for there, from there, for there. I don't know. Sure. I'll cut that out and see how close we got. All right, after a couple of corrections, and a little bit more cutting, I think I got it close enough to where I can use this. It's not quite all the way into the corner like I need, but that's pretty much straight right there. So this, I should be able to transfer. I'll mark down here where it ends. Well, no, I can use my 5-inch mark. Anyway, go put it on the metal, cut this whole thing out. I'm gonna have to figure out how I wanna get these cut in, where I wanna put my splice, because I'm gonna have to put, make this into a piece, and then the middle's a piece, and then the other side's a piece, but figure it out. Use a straight edge plasma cutter and freehand this. Hopefully it's close enough. Using these freehand is never the greatest, but it's a lot better than using a grinder. Up. Got it cut out. Kind of take off the edge with the grinder, get it all smoothed up. See how it fits in the car. Alright, got it all cut out and ground down, got the dross off everything, and kind of made sure this thing was somewhat square as far as like my cuts don't look all. So now the hard part is I got to decide how I want to get those roll cage tubes going through here, where to cut. You know, unfortunately can't do one piece. I could cut it and weld it in and grind it in, we'll see. Maybe I'll do that. Otherwise I'll just probably split it somewhere and rivet it. Maybe I will weld it and grind it. So it really kind of looks like one piece. I just don't want to warp this thing, grind it on too much. It's 18 gauge. I will put some bead roll some stuff into here and get that looking good, but yeah, these roll cage tubes are going to be interesting. All right, well, I've come to the conclusion, probably what I should have done before I even attempted to cut this out of metal, but I don't know, I just kind of take my measurements. I'm so used to doing it out of wood and stuff that it'll be close. But now that I got to go around those roll cage tubes, I think it's time to bring in the reinforcements. I need to start putting together a big old cardboard sheet so that I can get close around the tubes, add tape if I cut too much, and then plop it on here, hole saw my holes, trim it out, do it two pieces, kind of like you're doing sheetrock or something around pipes and sticking out of a wall. So, time to get to cutting and taping. All right, I think my plan is I'm going to work off the center line, and I'll get a center line in the car. And then I'll just make cardboard go out to right where the tube is, and then that way I can just lay it on here on my center line and figure out, instead of messing with all this and making a giant sheet, I'll just do something just big enough so that I can, well, that's a bad one. You know, this will go all the way to my center line, from the center line over, and then I can get my hole cut, go over here, trace it on here, and see how good, not good I got it. All right, what I got here is my two kind of rough cut pieces of cardboard. Put them on the center line of the car just like this, and then that way I can kind of measure over and start kind of cutting this, and if I cut too much I can add tape and recut, and I'll get my placement for that roll bar tube in here, and then that way I can come over here and trace it on here and start cutting out the real deal. All right, got my locations cut out. Now I just need to go in the car and start from center with these, and I got a little slit here. Put it around the cage, see how close that is, see if I got to modify anything, and then go transfer it to the real deal. All right, climb back in here. Now this is my right side. I got center line over here, if you can see that. I'm not sure. Moment of truth. Looks pretty good. Right on my lines here. I'll have to cut out for this wiring down here. But yeah, that's looking pretty dang good. Now I'll just have to transfer that over, and then I still need to figure out where I want to cut the two, or the plate, sheet, whatever, to make it look good. That crow out there, I might have to get the BB gun. Anyway, over here on the left side, looks pretty good too. Right on my center line. So yeah, I think it's time to do the thing. All right, got my holes cut. Now I need to go and bead roll this thing. So I got to draw a design in here that kind of incorporates whatever, and I got to be able to still attach this to the old seat plate back there. So take a little bit here and draw some stuff out till I'm satisfied, and I gotta cut this out, and I think I'm just gonna tack it back in and try to see if I hopefully can grind it in the car and make this look like one piece again. All right, I think I got a design that I'm satisfied with. Something clean, simple. I'm leaving this flat over here because I think this is where I'm going to cut it, slice it here and here, and try to weld that back together so it looks like one piece. And these will be raised spots because I need this flat and this flat so that I can mount the thing. But yeah, it should look pretty clean. Maxed out my bead roller as far as the table. Dang it. That's great. All right, got the first little pattern done. Not sure if we'll go around again. It's got enough definition where you can see it. Really pushing the limits here on the size of this thing for the bead roller, but making it work. Well, I got the bead rolling done. Just single pass. I mean, you can see it, so it's mainly the idea. I don't have the time, nor do I want to really do that again. But yeah, don't be afraid to grab a bead roller, even one of those crank ones. Get your wife or a buddy out there to hold on to the piece while you're cranking it or whatever. I only have this one because I got it for steel, and it is nice having the motor and the pedal. But this is really the first time I've ever, I can say, bead rolled a project. I've had one little sheet that I tried one day, but it's not that difficult. So pick one up, go to town, start making your own stuff. Yeah, I got the marker all cleaned off it so you can kind of see it a little better. But now I gotta cut these off here and fit this in the car, and then hopefully I can just tack this up and weld it and grind this smooth so it'll look like it's one piece in the car. All right, I got the main piece popped in here. Fit awesome. All that prep work with the cardboard and the templates pays off. Now I just got to get the wings on the side in here and see how they fit and weld them in and go from there. All right, I got the little wings in here. Those fit really good. Just a little gap for weld. I got that side done. Got a little bit of a gap here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to seam seal the edges just to make sure nobody can say anything about the firewall being not good enough. I've walked by this 100 times now and it's driving me nuts. It's got a bunch of salt spray on it. So in true Vice Grip fashion, we're going to spray away this thing clean. Looks like it's got a ton of overspray on it. Gee, that might be from a white truck that got painted in the shop. Quite possibly, maybe. 'Cause, 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 'cause Alright, what I ended up doing, instead of welding the seams together in the car, I just went and added another piece of 18 gauge on the back to make a lip, and then that way I can put the two pieces together that go around that tube. And I'm just going to rivet the whole back of that thing. I'm just riveting in there, just in case you got to take it out or something. At least it's removable. So that's the plan. All right, so you can see it's almost like I spot weld, just basically spot welded it in place. That way it gives it a little lip for the other one to go, and then I'll just drill holes through here through the other sheet, and then it'll just be riveted on. All right, got it in here. Starting to drill some holes and put these clecos in, and eventually it'll get riveted, but yeah, it's going pretty good. All right, I got the design on this rear window tray. I'm gonna start dimple dyeing this out. Brought more of the V's back into it. Yeah, kind of follows what I did with the back of the seat. All right, I'm back working on the speaker tray for the back area of the car. I just got some of this angle I had laying around. It was from a project I did a while back. And I'm just gonna do the same thing and fill up these holes and basically spot weld this edge to this. And then that's gonna sit on top over here and cover up the lip here. It'll just kind of come over the edge 3/4 of an inch or so. So that's about the best option I could come up with, and then that top will get bolted down and it'll just lap over that and it'll look all clean. All right, I'm over here starting the door cards. Got me some I think it's matting from like the arts craft store for doing like pictures, but they have just a cardboard one that's not colored and it's pretty cheap. But I got my holes for the handle and the crank, and I just went around and I got this right up to where it's over the top of all this stuff, and then I'm gonna ease that edge and go towards the window. But I got it all traced in there and underneath the door here. So I should be able to just cut that out. I gotta add some here, tape it on, and then trim it out to fit that. And hopefully I can mirror it. It should work over there. And then I just gotta do the same thing, make one for the back. And it'll just kind of follow the hole for the window, that shape. And I'll paint all this other stuff black, hopefully, before I give it back to Derek. Got the template all cut and trimmed how I want it, down along the bottom of the door. And over here, I added onto it, it goes up there. I will add another flat sheet on top of this, kind of around this corner. And then I got some 5/16 aluminum rod over there that I'll put on the weld to the end, so it'll have like a nice rounded edge. And I did check, it does pretty much mirror perfectly to the other door, so that's nice. All right, moving on to getting the hardware figured out. So I got some riv nuts that I started, or yeah, riv nuts. Anyway, I just kind of went in the plastic stock plug areas, drilled them out so I could put the riv nuts in. We got those kind of all along here. I got to figure out if I'm gonna put any in the middle here. Depends on what design I end up doing here. Might have a little fancy surprise there, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go around and use like an awl and slowly find my holes, and then that way I can transfer that to the aluminum and should be pretty close. It looks like they're the same over there, so hopefully I look out there and just have to do this once. All right, went around and put hardware in all the holes. I don't have one here, unfortunately, because it's rusted out there. There is that spot on the other door, so I'll be able to put that in, but I don't know. Hopefully I can maybe do something. Maybe I can just weld on a piece in there and get it. Otherwise, at the very least, if this is holding fine and I don't need one there, I'll just thread one in to the aluminum just so it matches. All right, I got it all traced onto my aluminum here. Got a little added couple inches for folding it over to cover up the top of the door between here and the window. Just go bend it on the brake over there and it should work out pretty good. Now it's time to cut this out. I'm just going to use a handheld saber saw. Easiest thing that I have and am comfortable with cutting out. So you could use a snips, like the power snips, or a grinder. Probably not recommended on aluminum, it just takes forever. So if you got some kind of little saw or the snips, it's not too bad. All right, it's gonna be kind of hard to see with the reflection, but I'm gonna try, hopefully this turns out. I'm going for a flag kind of theme, kind of go with the car. Just stars and the bars here at a little bit of an angle. Go around the door handles, that'll bump out. And I gotta trim all the way around. This will stay down, and then this will be raised. And then these will all be just, I'll trace it all with the skateboard wheel, the soft roller with just like the V die. All right, it's all done. Kind of hard to see in the sun, but back panel's in, tray, and just in time for Derek to pick it up. All right, guys, I know what you're thinking. You didn't record enough of doing the bead rolling at the end and the finished panels. You're right. I got way too busy at the end and kind of forgot to grab the camera. But here's some pictures, at least, of the finished product. Yeah, when you're doing this stuff, and it was pretty short deadline, and not exactly thinking of recording everything, but try to get some more on the next one. I'm sure it's not the last time I'll be touching this car here in the next couple weeks, so might have a little bit more. Until then, see you guys next time.